Hello and good morning, afternoon. Um, Hi. As you can see, it's getting better and better with my face. Um, just to show you people how a cheap shit I am. This is actually the result of, as you can see, whenever I use a lot of these tea lights. And as you can see, there are still a lot of paraffin down in a lot of them. And what I'm actually doing is I am collecting it. And I do like this because we also have this garbage sorting because these has to go into the metal waste. But you can't recycle them as metal unless they are totally empty. So that means, can you imagine how many of this really good stuff of metal, aluminium is wasted by going to a landfill or burned as garbage? That's a lot. When I have done that, even I collect the leftovers of, there'll always be something left when you have burned a candle. I know that. Some of these I actually save because when I have done that, I'll grab one of these. I have a son who is absolutely addicted to Pringles or these containers. And what I then do is I make a tiny hole in bottom of one of these, have some thin cotton yarn that I thread through here. If I can do it like this. Yep. Let me see if I can get it through here. I do like this. Tie a knot so it doesn't go back. The reason I do this is, and then I cut it like this. And the reason I use this is because I want this wick to stay centered when I lower it down. Because the next is what I'm doing is I'm having it here, lowering it down. As you can see, you can actually press it. This one is actually a little bigger because it is for 8 hours. Then I am shortening it a little bit, cutting the edge off. I have a bag around here where I put all, as you can see, I collect all these, smash them well together, and then I can, with a very clear consonant, put it. Hello, good morning, crafty angel. Oh, how are you? What I'm then doing, lower it down, and as you can see, hopefully, you can see it make it centered down in the bottom here. Then I hold it so it is straight like this. Let me see, here it is. Then I take one of these genius things, and as soon as I can see my wick is level with the can, I click it on and I cut. And that means I have centered my wick down in this. Next step is I am going to, when I have completed my task, as you can see, I even have 2 more bags over there, and I have an entire bag of leftovers, the left from these old candles. I have here, this is about from collected for 4 weeks of using tea lights. That means when you save this, you can actually make out of this amount, I'll guess I do have 1.5 Pringle candle. And one of these candles can burn about 150 hours. I tested it. So that's what I am doing today, collecting leftover paraffin or wax, or what do you call it? I am happy to see you, Vanessa. Angel, I hope you are doing great and everything is blessed your way. This world is not oh, see, when I'm done with the can, Vanessa, and this can is, when the paraffin is cooled down, it will be a complete light. I'll make a cut and I'll simply, as you can see, roll it off. I'm taking this off. I'm removing the can, but I can show you later. So I forgot to tell you, when I have made my candle and it's all cooled down and firm, I will make a cut where you can see that it is like here, this direction rolled. I'll cut it here, and then I can simply peel this cardboard off my candle. But I leave the metallic because the bottom here is made out of metal. But I'll leave that on because that means it can stand correctly. So you don't have to, because sometimes if you move it, you can risk it break down and doesn't stand smooth. I just burned the last one down, but I'll see if I can show when I still have the old computers, so I'll see if I can show you guys when I have finished one. I can go back online and show how I remove the Pringle container from the candle, so you can see how it looked like. So that's what I'm doing. People ask, can you make new tea lights? Yes, you can do that. But you will need some special wicks for them. And the cost of these wicks are just, so expensive that for the same price, you go and buy 20 wicks, and they'll often be that long with the holder on here, and you have to cut it, and then you have to make your own things that can hold it. And the price of that for 20 wicks is actually the same price you have to pay for an entire bag of 100. tea lights here in Denmark. So I don't know the prices in US or where in the world you are, but here in Denmark, it's not worth it. And yes, you can make your own, but you have to consider that flame wise, you need for a small candle, you need a pretty slim wick. Um, so maybe cotton, but you have to consider it has to be cotton. I know people out there making candles and light of a lot of stuff. I even heard somebody that collected the red wax from these little bell cheese, round cheese, and melt it down and made like tea candles of them. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but you know what? To make a candle, you really have to eat a lot of these things. And here in Denmark, these little bell cheese ball are pretty expensive, and I'll say for you that can afford it, go for it. I mean, I can't. Um, so as you can see, sometimes I need my chopstick to sort of clear it a little bit out. And I'll leave some of them, but I think I'll leave the smaller one. I have 8 hours. Then I got 6 hours tea light, and I think that the 6 hours size is the match for that one. So that is what I am going to do tomorrow. First of all, I'm spending this day by collecting all this extra, because as you can see, I love tea lights. I have a light behind me. I have in the ceiling, I have a chandelier that I have been reversed to, instead of candlesticks, I simply use tea lights. Basically because I think it's more safe than use these long lights. Candlesticks, candlelight, yeah. Oh, I squeezed this one. It's okay. I think I got a load of this. So, and if you are a handyman dude, I have actually seen people that know how to, you can actually that melt down these soda cans. It's actually the same stuff they make these, so you can melt it down and make your own bar of it. Yeah, and what was it? Thinking I have seen somebody make new pots and pans with using this aluminium here. But another thing is, if you have one of these aluminium pots, don't use it on a ceramic stove, because it will simply melt it down. Because I have seen some people do it and was wondering what happened. And that's because all these modern ceramic stoves are magnetic. And that means they heat up way hotter than a normally propane stove or electric stove. So never try to cook anything in an aluminium or a cheap pot, because you'll be very sorry when the bottom sort of start to melt down. and all your food is sort of, yeah, on the floor. Um, that's something. It is also a good exercise for your fingers to cramp them down. Um, and as you can see, it, you know what, it is a lot of normally waste paraffin that you actually normally would throw out. Here I can actually make new candles that I can also, have for heat source. Warm source is when they're sort of like here, sort of decide to close down the heat because they have to sort of clean the heat boiler. The something about the water boiling through, and it has to be cleaned, of course, in that week where the temperature is way under zero. And I am not, people that live in the first area by, yeah, they are going to have replaced the windows at the time where there's no heat, and out with the window and open, and wow. Good morning, Laura. Laura, how are you? So very well to see you. I have missed all of you girls for a long time. I hope you are blessed, that you are safe. Oh, you didn't know I was live? You know what? I think it's because I might not be so often on live streams that they forget to sort of notificate me that I'm live streaming. But I'm glad you're here. I also know that YouTube has changed some rules about it, but I hope then that people will sort of see me when it's uploaded again. But I don't know. I am making new candles out of the leftover. As you can see, there's still a lot of amount of paraffin in here. These are paraffin. And what I'm actually doing, I'm emptying these up like this, cross these together, because these has to go to the metal recycle. Oh, you thought it was sweet. Oh yeah, life is great. Yeah, thank you. And these are going to the metallic or aluminium container, because we have iron, we have aluminium, and then is, have you ever heard an unknown metal? I didn't, but we actually have three categories of metal. So you don't just go and throw metal in the can. Did you know that the tin cans is we have one for tin cans, we have one for aluminium, then we have one for iron. Iron is something else. That means pot and pan and um, iron castware and hammers and stuff that's made out of iron. And for a geek like me, I have no idea what's what, but I'm trying to figure it out. But I know one thing that said, if they want this, they have to be sort of emptied out. It has to be clean. So that's what I'm doing. You have to empty this and put it in the aluminium container. But you know what, for people don't want to spend time of emptying them out. So what happened is that they are sort of going to ordinary garbage and getting on the burner. Oh, you have only one recycled trash can for everything. Wow, that means they must sort it someplace else. I mean, when it gets to the recycle station, somebody is sort of sorted out. I'm kidding, we have 15 now. We have 15 different sorting bins. We have brown paper, we have cardboard, we have paper, and we have for bio, and then we have compost. The bio waste is something different than compost. I can see the difference, but we have two different there. And then we have our tita brick, cardboard, milk, juice, cartons has to go in the plastic recycle because they are using these cardboard plastic tita brick for new paper plates. They recycle them into paper plates and other stuff. And then we have bottles, and then we have clear glass and colored glass. Then we have for broken china, and ceramic or something. Yeah, you have tree cans, trash, recycle, yard waste. Yeah, yard waste we have too, and then we of course have the big trash, where people just put furniture and stuff like that. We even have a special one for old books and stuff like that. So that's how it is. But I think it's a good idea to sort of. I sat down and I was looking around, and you know what? We had a talk about garbage and what you own and how to throw out things. And I said, you know what? I'm in that way that we are actually, a person told me we are actually responsible for getting rid of our own trash or items in a suitable, sustainable way. So it is your responsibility. If you bought it, it's your responsibility to get rid of it on a sustainable way. So that has a lot I done, that I am very careful to buy things that is very, very difficult to recycle or reuse to anything. And like when I am going shopping, I try to avoid buying things with, a lot of uh, packing on it. I mean, you can go and shop and you end up by, when you have packed out your groceries, you have 2 bin bags full of just garbage, litter, so to speak, of wasted packing and Hindenburg, we call it emballage. Uh, so that's what I'm sort of trying to do. Avoid it, and recycle, reuse whatever you have. And I don't know when you came in, Laura, um, what I'm then doing when I have done this. As I showed Vanessa, I have these. My son loves Pringles. So I make this. This is actually a bit of another one of these, and a crocheted wick, and then I simply lower it down here, and this too, it has a sit here, right down to the bottom, so it's straight down. What I'm then doing is I'm remelting this. Oh, oh, Laura, you're like me. You're like me. I keep, I can use that cardboard for a junk journal. I can use it for tags. I can use it for to from a card for Christmas and draw something. I can use it as a cover for the floorboarding. I mean, you can use it for anything. I can use it for paper mache, and sometimes you feel you have a room that is pretty much a recycle station because you keep it and you have a box with this, and sometimes that's why I sort of started to call my spare room for a recycle station, because I have collected, like you have, packaging, plastic, because plastic bag I can crochet a doormat, or I can crochet a handbag, or I can crochet something for the cats to lie in, or yeah, you can recycle basically everything. And sometimes I have to say, okay, I have marked one container, so what I can have in that one is a keeper, because the problem is that if it's something you regularly get into the house, like my son, I see my son have blessed me with enough of these already to make the first 50, 60 new lights. Yeah, I mean, yeah, me too. I mean, I use these frozen pizza. Yeah, I like them because you know what, Lori, you can also use these circles from pizzas to clean them and put it as a base for one of these what do you weaved baskets. When you make these out of paper straw, you can use it as a bottom base by saving two of them and glue the paper rolls and together, and you have the base for a new basket. I mean, there are so many use for cardboard circle. I can use. So no problem. But it gives you a lot of thinking about what is recycling and what can you do about it. And perhaps you don't make baskets. Okay, yeah. So but I'm sure if I know how to recycle these things. I live in an apartment in center Copenhagen, so it's impossible for me to put up a melting oven for this kind of materials, but I'm sure I would save it and recycle it for something. But I think I'll leave that to the government or so, and the garbage people who that make that stuff. So but what I can do is I can recycle all the wax that is left when you have burned down these candles, tea lights. And when I do that, I can actually make a lot of one fill of this is 2 Pringle sized light candle. Yeah. So, and these are of course some I got for free in a candy store. Here in Denmark, you can just go and ask, do you have some empty containers from when you have filled up? And he said, yeah, take as many you want, and you can get the lid with it. And if you don't, because I have to sort of, because it's a shop, they sort of have to pay for getting rid of it. They just can't recycle it, put it in a plastic container and recycle it, have to pay for it. So they are so happy if you come and ask to get them, and you can get them for free. And I have a friend who said you can go and buy these and this size in the IKEA for $2.35. And I said, you know what? I can get them for free in a candy store, and I don't mind to have these label on it. Um, because you know what? It's okay with me that there has been candy into it. And for me, I can, as a private person, go and put it in a plastic recycle container. That's okay, because you can also buy a entire. So I don't buy boxes of candy like this. I get them without the candy. Um, so that's what I'm doing. Um, Here we are. I need more of this, and I think at this time I really collected a lot of these. Even I do recycle the bags I collect them in. That's for sure. There's no way to waste a good plastic bag if it's still usable. Um, so I just round them up. Some people are folding them very neat, but I just do like this. So yeah, I can use it for. And as you can all see, I got my new winter sweater on. Thank you, Laura. Yeah. It's a very. I mean, it's a very nice size of containers. Even you can have one packet of flour or a sugar in it, and I think and you can stack them. You can actually stack them on top of each other. I think it's perfect. Perfect. I have a multiple purpose on these, and whenever they break or something, I just go and can I have 20 more, and I just do it the day before, and he will collect 10, 20 for me, and I can go and pick them up with the perfect lid size to it. So I think yeah, that's money saved, I think. So and my son, I could easily, because I was thinking I could make my own tubes like this, Pringle tubes, out of cardboard, from pizza boxes and stuff like that. And my son, Mom, don't do it, because I can collect for you, because my friends and me, when we have a movie night or game night, they sort of buy 5 or 10 of these Pringles, and you know what? He come and give it to me. These I make shakers out of. I put stuff into it, and then I come confetti, and put it on, and you have a shaker. You can take 2 of these and stick them together and fill them up with water, and you can have a water. Um, yeah, I can show you one day how I make these shakers out of it. So everything can sort of be reused in some way. Um, and you know what? It's a lot of money you can save by making all your leftovers candles out for a new one. And I think it's pretty okay to do it yourself. So as you can see, sometimes there's a lot of paraffin left in these tea lights. As you know, I also use them for cooking. We had a power down, and that means I have a tea light cooker where I use around 8 of these tea lights in a special. It's actually basic is an old barbecue, but it's a small one, and I put it up with kitty litter, and place it like this under the edge, and then I have the top for it where you put the meat on. Instead of I use a pot, you can actually use it as a cooker, and you can even I have a special stone I can put on top, so the tea light heat the stone plate. It's a pizza stone, I think they call it, and it heated up very much, very hot, so you can actually bake bread on it, or you can also make a pizza on top of it. Only powered, as I call it, by tea lights. And sometimes I keep calling this also because it's prepaid heat and prepaid light, because now these days, I mean, I think the prices on everything is going up, up, up. I went to buy some fleece materials, and normally I will pay about $3, and now it's $4.50 for the same amount of fleece fabric. Um, yeah, it's very much inflated. I have to say, um, yeah. So everything is actually going up in price. Yeah. So yeah. So I have to sort of tell myself, what do I have I can recycle? What do I have that can compensate for what I can't afford now? Because you have to consider even the rent can go up, and I mean your paycheck is not going up. On contrary, you can actually risk your paycheck is going down, and all the necessary basic things that you need to have for survival is going up. So you have to really figure out how to sort of maintain your things so they can last more sustainable and more, yeah, years to come. So what I have been happy and glad about that is that I have sort of bought in bulk of a lot of things, because that means I don't run out of other materials, because I bought it, and now I can save a lot of money, because I can make my own warm pajamas for winter, um, for very cheap, because I bought it when it was cheap. Now it's very expensive to get. So and I do have my, as you can see, my little Christmas cups. I even got my Christmas sweater off. I don't know if you can see it, but these are actually penguins. I even got one for Chopper. As you can see, he's here. You can better see the pattern on our sweaters. This is for Chopper for Christmas. I bought for him. It's actually never. I have never. This is actually the very very first time I ever bought a Christmas sweater, but it's okay. So we can just use it for many years. But this year, I mean, we don't know what kind of Christmas we are getting because of this Omicron corona variation. We don't know, so we can risk to be just the two of us and the kitties. So why not make a fun day out of it? We can do that. That's for sure. So I know it's a little early for some of you, but I'm so happy you caught me, Laura. I have been watching a little bit of your videos and sent you a like and a thumbs up, and yeah, I follow you wherever you are. Um, I haven't been making baskets, or I'm still trying to sort of figure out things to do, but I have been very ill for quite a while now. I'm still not quite 100%, but you know what? I'm taking full advantage of the percentage I am well, and I keep my spirit high and say, you know what, I have things to do. Oh, you don't, Laura, you don't make videos. Okay. No, you're not there. Okay. But I know Vanessa is. I know Vanessa. There was a Vanessa here. Yeah. Yeah, you craft all the time. Yeah. Yeah, you have shown me something in our group. I think you have you were there. Vanessa is here. Yeah. Um Laura, I know you have put pictures, right? Or is it me that sort of forgetting something? Oh, there is another Laura that makes. Okay, Laura. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me for mixing that up. Yeah. Uh, no, you're not of any group. Okay, so that means there's another Laura with same. Okay, thank you for that. I haven't seen it, but I'm pleased to see. Yeah. So, but you know what? You don't need to have a YouTube channel or anything to do crafting. Um, and you, Vanessa, working on a few things. Yeah, it's a sort of craft with me day here. So yeah, sometimes you do find a person with the same name as you. Um, oh yeah, yeah. You know what? That can also happen. That people, or I found out it's actually another person that at my name. Oh yes, I hope it will go well for you, Vanessa, and I am going to pray for you. You are a moderator on different YouTube. Oh, a moderator. Oh yeah, yeah. You got some. Yeah. Okay, so you help the channel to stay clear of trolls. Yeah, that's a good thing. So I got Vanessa is my moderator here. I'm glad she's here. Um, yeah, I have a few of them. Yeah. So it's a good thing, so you can sort of help each other. Um, yeah, as you can see, I get a bit of this. I started to sort of smooth down here. So, and it's getting fill and fill this one. Yeah. Okay, you start on Jessica's. Yeah. And then the other one. Okay. That's a good thing. So, yeah, you can use a lot of things here. So, some people might. You make handstand cards. Wow, yeah, they're amazing too. I like something when you get a card for someone and you can actually see. I keep saving them because especially the homemade, handmade cards you get. I think because there's a person behind this card. It's not something that is just plumbed out of a machine. So yeah, I do that. I think I got a lot of things for card making and stuff like that, but I think I am more of crochet. Yeah, stitching, sewing, a lot of things that I do. Um, so, and I do weave baskets a lot. So, but maybe I should try to make my own Christmas card this year because, yeah, I actually got 10 years ago, I bought a big box of Christmas cards. And you know what? I don't know so many people. There was 100 card in it. I don't know that much people, so I still have that card box. You don't sell anything. Okay. Um, you know what? I don't sell any of my. I'm stopped doing it. Yeah. So I just need to sit like this on my couch. Is that okay? Um, so I can better read the message here. It's like, yeah, and I put this on my lap. Like, I think it's easy for me to do like this. I still have hair and I saw a bag over there, so I just need to get rid of this. Oh, you give it to friends and family. Oh, that is so sweet of you. Yeah, I hope they appreciate it, and yeah, I really do. Um, so yeah, so yeah, I just needed to show what I'm doing. I promised to keep an update here how I'm doing. I'm doing better and I'm talking better. Um, so yeah, I think I'll stay for 10 more minutes. And you can see how I do this, how a cheap ass people are actually calling me cheap, cheap, something cheap, like a Scottish, if there's any Scotsman blood in me, because they are known for to being very cheap and very, money pocketing or something. And I say sorry, no, no. but I learned how to save my money and recycle things. It's not something about being cheap. It's something about having a clean conscience about how how you sort of get rid of your waste. um I should maybe, because I know people are reusing plastic bags from coffee and for garbage and stuff like that. I'm like, sometimes you can get too much of this, so I buy these because you know what, I cannot fill an entire garbage bin bag, so I buy these actually diaper bags, dirty diaper bags or doggy bags or whatever. And when I have filled this one with garbage, I reuse these for garbage when I use them like this, or uh, and when I sort of collect, clean my kitty litter boxes and stuff like that. But I do not use the other plastic. It goes straight to recycle plastic, because in that moment you have to sort of stop cleaning plastic to use them for a product. I think you're wasting a lot of water. Um, so I don't do that. I just hope that whenever I sort of sort something out, or put it in the right containers, that they are recycled in a good way. So it might be something new about it. Um, so that's what I'm doing with all my things. Um, yeah. It seems that I have spent an hour doing this today. It's something I do when I have one of these days where you just need to sit down and watch a good movie, and at the same time you one of these people that just simply need to have something in your hands, because yeah, you just need to be active and do something. And basically I was actually given, as a part of my training, I was given some of this modeling clay, like this. As you can see, I got this um, for training. I got it from my physicist, and she said I have to do like this and lift and press and squeeze and do like this to train up my fingers again and my hands, and like this, just squeeze it hard. Um, and I know it's because I got this, as I told in the second video I got in my previous, I got this Guillain-Barré that does something to my muscles and my scenes. So I'm not so strong. It's my immune system that's attacking me. And I was like, you know what? It's basically what I'm doing. So I use this trick when I'm sort of, as you can see, I grab one. I think I'll manage these two and that's it, and save the other one for something else. As you can see, I grab this out, squeeze it, roll it with my finger to loosen it, grab this, press it out like this. Yeah. And then I simply use both my hands, like pinching it down and folding it like this. And I said, you know what, that must give the same kind of exercise for your fingers. Like this. So here we are. And it's like, one there stretch out. So you can use it as a, exercise. So if you put it a little far away, so you have to stretch your arms both ways to get it, and you got free exercise. And you collecting something good stuff, as I call it. This is very good stuff. So that's what we are going to do. And thank you for the 2 likes you gave me. Appreciate it. Thank you. So I know I'm not much on, but let's see if we can do it a little better. I can show you some of the recycle things that I do. I really do a lot of this. Saving scrap yarn and mend things. I do that a lot. So mending is a good thing for your clothes and redesign it. So I have given myself this task that when I'm going to sort of create something, and I would really like to have updated my furniture and my bench, and I need to have done something to my walls, but they're so cold. So what I'm actually saving for now is I really, really like to get them isolated, insulated. So when you sit here, it doesn't feel so cold, especially in winter. There's so many cracks in this building, so the cold is coming from the walls because they're hollow. And I do have a neighbor this side, but the cold come here because this this is a double wall. That means there's a hollow between 2 rows of bricks, and that means when the wind comes and there's a crack between these holes, there the wind come and it's pretty cold. And the same about my floorboard. It's sometimes when it's heavy wind and it's really blowing, I can actually feel the cold blowing from the floorboard where the cracks are, where and it's make it really difficult to warm up and keep warm, especially when the shut down the heat, right? So that's why I keep external heat source. And I was actually thinking about, bubble wrap my windows. This bubble wrap plastic can isolate, but I mean, who wants to look at bubble wrap? I want to see the view. But sometimes you have to consider: do you want to be warm and save money for energy to warm it up, or so sometimes you have to sort of, take a choice. Your comfort to looks. That's one of these things that I am going to sort of look at here. I need to do something, but I have given myself that task or choice, or I don't know. I'm only allowed to use what I have, and that means I have to figure out what I have of materials and old materials, and Laura cardboard packing is very good of making floorboard tiles with. So I have an idea that I want to take some packing cardboard from, for example, pizzas or Norse source or anything very light with cardboard, and I'll sort of make it into a tile like this and decoupage it somehow and use them as tiling on my floor. Um, and even I do have a lot of cardboard and paper. Um, so that's what I am sort of working on to make a design that work. And how to glue it together. Yes, I have a lot of gelatin and make my own glue, but otherwise I did something you can buy this big glue for wallpaper. Um, so if you can get a big bucket for less than anything. Of course, it cost about 200 krona for 5 liters, but that's okay. Um, so the question is, I mean, sometimes you have to consider that doing something yourself might not be cheaper than go and buy a finished product, but you have to consider that maybe you can go and buy something cheap, but how long will it last? So I'm also concerned about buying things too cheap. Basically because clothes and stuff like that. Because that means sometimes when you buy a very cheap item, it's break quickly and you have to go and buy a new one. So the part is, if it's better to sort of save up some money, or of course buy the materials yourself. And even wood and stuff like that is very, yeah, a thrift stores, yeah. You know what, Laura? I do that a lot. I buy things secondhand because also with a lot of items you can get them so much cheaper. Um, and you know, you're doing the world a good favor. You also donate. Yeah, I do that too. I'm often making what I call a donate pile, and you know, it's a good way to sort of, instead of throwing out very well functioning items that you don't need me anymore, like clothing and stuff like that. Um, of course, I would never donate clothes that is so worn out that, you know, I'll use worn out clothes for rags to clean floors and hand rags and dishcloths and stuff like that. But I think you can save a lot of money by thrift store shopping, and you have to excuse. So for I do still have very difficulty to pronounce words after my paralyzing of my face. It's something to do. I look better now, but it's not quite okay with my face. But I do hope you understand what I'm trying to say um, in a good way. Um, yeah. So, and that's um, yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of. I still have a little to go here, so I better continue. So It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should actually go out and get some air. When I have done this, I need to move out because I need to go down with some recycling plastic. I have collected a lot of recycling items I like to get rid of at once. So, and I need to check up with my little princess that is all alone in the other room. So that's what I'm doing. I think I'm quitting when I have done. I have this. I think I'll do this and save that one for later. I'm going to save that one for the week holder. Yeah, it's same. I use old rags for. I give it to the local. We have a mechanic shop, or to repair shop sort of thing, close where I live, and all my cotton rags and stuff like I don't use. I sort of donate to him, and they rip it off and use it as oil cleaning rags. Yeah, and we use, yeah, and I have my cloth napkins too. Yeah, um, because you know what, it's cheaper long term and to do that. Yeah, to have your fabric ones. Yeah, um, so it's a good thing to do that. Or yeah, so there was a lot of these things there, so I can keep that one because I found out that the other one is okay. So yeah, but it has been very nice being online here, live stream, and show you what a cheap chick I am. I am actually emptying out for, I don't know if you're a new one coming, but what I'm actually doing is collecting all my excess in these, sometimes a lot of this, to make new candles in a Pringle pop container. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Enjoying myself, emptying out. So, yeah, that's my task for today. So I'm actually preparing because I have collected a lot of these leftovers, or what's left for when I have burned out down a candle. There's always something left. Yeah, so, and reuse it for new candles. So you are a cheap chick. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Yeah. Um, you know what? And I hope you're proud of it. I'm very proud of you, being one like me. Because you know what, it does save you a lot of money, and it sort of fulfills one's, yeah, when you can get a cheap, be a cheap chick. Yeah, because that means we that are cheap chicks, we save a lot of money, and we also save the planet for too much garbage. Isn't that right, Laura? We recycle whatever we can and save the money, because instead of going buying cardboard for carts, we recycle the cardboard we get for free when we do our groceries. That's for sure. I have here, but I know, I think I quit now. I have look at this. I really got that amount extra now. So that means I soon, when this is done, I have for 2 candles like this. And that means 2 big candles. And I promise as soon as I have made them, I'll show you how, especially Vanessa, to remove the Pringle cans and how my lights are looking. And as you can see, I have here see, this is one that is burned down, and look at all that delicious amount of paraffin, candle wax, some call it. It's a candle wax. Then what we call it paraffin, I think. Um, uh, so I am going to grate it down and remove this, and sometimes I mix it with the white, and then I make striped candles, or start out with a darker color that going light up. So you can actually, or you can just use all the colors in one, and you get this brown reddish color. I like sort of keep the color sort of separated a little bit, so I make them in one color, like stripes up. But I just shut them down because they were already burned down here next to me. Yeah. So what have I then? So yeah. So that's what I had to do. How I color, I don't, Laura. I buy, as you see, this one is red, and sometimes I use the colors that the light come from. Otherwise, I can show you. I was going to pick it up. I got these. Um, yeah, as you can see, I want to show because I got these. As you can see, there are whole colors. So that means when I buy these for the little one, they come in colors. So what I do, they are foam colors. They're not just colored. So I'll keep them separate and start to melt maybe the gray with a bit of the white, and then I got a lighter color scale into it. And you can see I have a lot of these red waxed colors, and this red is very red when I use it. Otherwise, because it's Christmas, I use red and white. I can see I have some that is not totally burned down, but that's okay. I could see the wick, but otherwise I keep this here. Oh, you used to color the wax by using crayons. Oh, yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. But yeah, you can do that if you got old crayons. Yeah, you can make your own colors by doing it. Um, that's a great idea, Laura. I'll think about it because I know somewhere I do have some crayons at hand. Yeah, I do that. I know I have somewhere. I know. It's because I'm starting sort of to pack everything down in boxes because I really like to redecorate, and that means I'm going to pack everything down so I have space to redecorate the walls and stuff like that, and see what I keep and what is not keep. Um, yeah, and then I have, as you can see, just made a colorful cake here of all my scrap yarn. That is cotton, actually, different cotton scraps I have put together here. Um, as you can see, I'm actually making. I've got all these collected here. So yeah, they are just so. And as you can see, I'm making. I did have here. I'm sort of crocheting a new throw for the couch. I do have one here, as you can see, in many color, that is made out of acrylic blend with wool and stuff like that. All my blend yarns. Yeah, so that's what I'm crocheting on when I'm sort of sitting and looking the news. um yeah, so and you know what, even these are the boxes that my candlestick comes in. I am going to recycle these into kitty pate holders like I do. I have a lot of projects, so and I also use them for, you know, card holders, or if I have something that is, yeah, in a drawer. I use them for cutlery in my drawers, and my drawers, these boxes in my cutlery drawer. Yeah, getting, because they're also made out of old cardboard boxes. So this time I think I'm going to sort of decorate them or something, but I use them, and when I think, oh, now they are sort of, I sort of throw them out and I start to collect. No, otherwise I'll simply open them up and, yeah, put them in my recycle station in there. Or I keep saying to myself, if it's something that come every day, you can save a certain amount and then get rid of the rest. And you can always, especially milk cartons here in Denmark, our milk comes in Tetra brick form. So yeah, so you can always save, because you always drink milk, you always do a lot of things. So there's no need to example. I'll just put this aside just a minute. Ja. Oh. Ja, lige komme lige om lidt. Ja, så kommer jeg. Ja. Yeah. So I just needed. Sorry, I just went. Oh, that's. You know what? That's a great idea. You know what? That's a great idea, Laura. I haven't thought. Why haven't I thought about that? Because, yeah, that's one of the things that annoy me is my socks keep. Good idea. Thank you very much. I love that idea. Yeah. That's definitely a great idea. I just, I know I know it's not Halloween, but this is also one of the things. I bought 100 cookies Um, you support kids, right? I mean, Girl Scouts cookie, sort of they was trying to raise money for something, and they have these 10 packets left. So, oh, you know what? I like to fold my socks too. I don't want to, because you know what? When you do that with your socks, when you sort of stretch one out, you can actually risk the one is getting looser than the other one, because you keep stretching the elastic in that sock, and that means one of the socks are getting bigger than the other one. And like these people that sort of fold their clothes with the socks, I mean, no, I like to sort of flat them out and just roll them. And normally I take one of these hair elastics or rubber band, and just put a rubber band around them to keep them. But sometimes they can sort of make a mark. But of course, it's your socks. But I don't like to roll them in balls either, because it's actually ruining the shaft on your socks long term when you do that, because you're actually stretching it out. Yeah. Cool. Hmm. So so yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I just need to check the quality of my video, because on my screen here it's very fluffy, but I can see when you're seeing it's okay. Um. Yeah. So it's because this is actually gaming computer of some sort. Um, but I think it's okay. It looks nice when I see myself on my phone, so that's okay. Yeah, that's all I need to say. But you know what? I want to thank you for to you, Vanessa and Laura, for being with me on my second live stream after my illness was bad. It has been a joy to have you here, both of you, and for the people that has sort of popped in and looked with us and peeped. Um, so I say thank you, and I hope we will see each other again soon, because I did promise, and of course I will do that. That is when I have sort of filled this up, made my light in here, and I have melted it down in these. I am going to show you how to remove the Pringle tube from it, but of course you have to sort of dry it firmly for crisp snacks into it. You can of course reuse them, but it's not that easy to get them out again. Thank you so much, Laura. So what I'm going to do now, it's about four in the afternoon here. It's 54, no, 16. That's mean it's 4 o'clock in Denmark afternoon, and it's starting to get really dark outside, and I am sort of need to go out. I like to go out when it's a little dark. I know people say because we did have a lot of shooting around, but you know what? It's okay. Um, yes, that's what I am going to do, and I will see if I can come back tomorrow or the day after. Um, and it might be the same time as now. So it is 7 a.m. in California. Oh, it's that early? You have been early up. Oh, that is early. Yeah, I think we do have about 7 hours, 8 hours between us. Um, yeah. So your day, Laura, I hope it will be a good one and a blessed one. Also to you, Vanessa. May you all have a blessed day, and all of you that is looking here or is re-seeing this video when it comes out as a video, please have a blessed day, and hopefully I will have the same. I'll go and check up my little kitty Fiona next door in there. She just called me. She has a habit when she has used her litter box, she's calling me and say mama or slave or what we are servant for our fur babies, that she wants to have a clean kitty box. So litter box, I think. So I'll do that, and I'll say thank you for now and hope you enjoyed it. I did, to have some of you, and you can see and be proud of yourself if you achieve a cheap chick. Cheap chick. Can you? Bless you all. Bye for now. Love you. You too. Have a great day. So, bye.